All right, we just have a couple more pieces. The next person I'd like to introduce to the stage has also been involved in Warrior Writers for a long time and has helped set up a studio, a comic paper making studio in New Jersey. So please help us welcome to the stage a rock vet, former medic in the Army, Eli Wright.
I'm not going to say a whole lot. I'm truly honored and humbled to share this stage and these stories with you all here today. It's this community that has given me the hope and the comfort knowing that there is life after war, that we can find a way to continue on. And it's projects like these that has given me purpose and helped me figure this whole fucking thing out a little bit. So I'm just going to do it. It's a bit of a long piece. A few of y'all have heard it before, but maybe we'll explain why this is one of the only pieces I have. It's been really hard to process this shit and get it out of us upon coming home. So that's kind of what this is about. Yeah.
Thank you.
If I could paint a picture of my soul, the first color I think of is green, because we're all thinking green these days, right? And green reminds me of the woods in which I spent so much time growing up. It's a color I've always felt closely connected to, but it became the color of the envy I felt when I was admiring the uniform that soldier wore who recruited me to put my life on the line for my country. So maybe I'd add a few more colors too, like red, white, and blue. Those were the colors I swore my oath to, and I used to really believe in those colors. But now, looking back, I've seen those stars and stripes scar so many lives, maybe I'd pick something a bit more neutral. Like tan. Tan like the desert sand in a faraway land, the color of camouflage on canvas-covered convoys carrying us eager Americans to liberate that desert land. Or at least that's what I believed back then, before tan became the color of chaos. So maybe I'll paint my soul brown, the color of the holiest land on earth from which we were all given birth. But brown became the color beneath my boots, the color of a people invaded, occupied. Brown is the color of the earth that we have stained so deeply red, like the blood I still can't seem to wash from my hands. Red like the color of the cross I sometimes wore upon my shoulder. The red cross I thought somehow might make me a little bit better than those I deployed and destroyed with. Red like the rage I still can't let go of for the senselessness of so much blood that I just wanted so badly to stop from flowing forth into that desert sand. Red represents the color of the medic I sometimes wish I never was. So I will paint my soul black and maybe a bit fuzzy, like the mold creeping across the corners of a dark cement cell. The cell that held a prisoner being beaten bloody for a crime he may or may not have committed. We really didn't know. And we really didn't care. Black and fuzzy, like my memory was for so long until his screams started sneaking back up on me from the darkness while I tried to get some sleep. Black like the bruises all over his body that they warned me to keep secret. But I don't want these fucking secrets anymore. So maybe I'll paint my soul the brightest white that I can find. Pure white, like the light I want to shed on these secrets. But white reminds me of the sun that was scorching down upon us that day on patrol. The day before my birthday, when the mortar shells started falling from the sky, and in an instant we were ambushed into the middle of a firefight. White chaff charges sprayed from a fighter jet flying out of nowhere to scare and scatter the gunfire from the rooftops surrounding us so we could escape and make some sense of the aftermath. White just reminds me too much of 130-degree heat. So maybe gray is a good color. We would pray for gray skies over there because gray gave us a bit of a break from the white hot heat. Gray meant just a little bit of relief. But gray was also the color of a body bled dry. The color that snuck up in that moment of death, right after life, when there was nothing left that could be done. Gray was the color of a fight that all too often just couldn't be won. So what do I have left? Maybe I would paint my soul yellow. But I don't even know where yellow fits in. And all I remember is so many ribbons stuck on so many bumpers bearing so many meaningless messages of support. Yellow is empty, an illusion. Yellow is confusion. which leads me to orange. And all I can think of is the juice I crave for 368 days. But then I remember the color painted on the tip of our tracer rounds. And when an unlucky donkey got hit by a truck, that tracer round intended to put him out of its misery only caused him to kick and contort as the molten magnesium melted his internal organs until finally having to put another round through his head to finish the job. Orange is the color of agony, and I wouldn't wish that shit on my worst enemy. So how about a calmer color, like purple? But maybe not, because purple is the color of the heart, pinned on the chest, of the broken body stained red. Some who turned gray and came home in boxes draped in red, white, and blue. Some who came home and slipped through the cracks, lost in fuzzy blackness, trying to navigate our way home through nightmares. Purple is the color of unbearable pain, and I don't need any more reminders. So the only color left I can think of is pink. And I'm really struggling now, trying to find connections. When I was a little boy, and I'd get really excited about something, my grandma would say that I was tickled pink. But now, only a man with a lot more self-confidence than I could paint his soul pink. I just don't have much of that left anymore. So maybe it's just not time to paint a picture of my soul yet, because the only color I really have left is transparent, like shattered glass, but they don't make paint that color, and I don't want you to see my soul through a broken window. I want to put the pieces back together first. I want to reconstruct a new connection to these colors so that when I think of red, I'll remember sunsets way out west. And when I think of white, I'll remember that there's still a light somewhere at the end of this fucking tunnel. And I want blue to remind me only of the breathtaking beauty in my daughter's eyes. And what all of this says to me is that there's a lot of work left to do. So what I can work with for now are these words that carry the power to hurt or to heal. Words that can help us rebuild the bridge together, from me back home to you. I want to put down the gun and pick up the paintbrush. So help me, tell me, what color would you paint your soul? Thank you.
Photographs that you've seen on the slides behind you are photographs of our work and photographs by veterans all over the country. Some of those in this room, some of those not here. But if you have questions about specific ones, feel free to ask me. The very last thing I want to show you is a short film by Jonas Lara, who is a longtime Warrior Writers member and multimedia artist extraordinaire. He paints and does film and video and all that stuff. So I don't know if you want to say anything about the film. We'll just let it speak for itself. It's just a couple minutes long, so go ahead.
Tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression.
As I walk along and want to devour demons with my bare hands, thoughts exposed only for a moment. Feeling lonely with people surrounding me. Feeling lonely, ayo junk, it's gonna be okay. Feeling lonely still, reject the drawers for the pills taking over. Expand the blood vessels, control thoughts, no longer random. Imagination held at ransom, only to exist. Do terror tantrums exist in the deepest abyss of my expression? Feeling lonely, the most high is overshadowed by dark thoughts. Not allowed to succeed so easily, not without struggle. Try to break away, hesitation, no concentration. Friends look in my face and think they know where I've been, but have no idea. They think they know where I've been, think they know what I know, where I've been. They've been thinking they know what I know, what I think that I know where I've been. I think that I know where I've been to know why. For a moment, I'm feeling lonely.
Find it kinda funny, find it kinda sad. Dreams and reach, I'm dying for the best I've ever. No expression, no expression, no expression, no expression, no expression, no expression.
Thanks to Lavella and to Mike and to Scott and to, I think the beautiful thing about this event today is that it's hard to tell who the performers and who the community are because that's how tight the group is. And one of the performers beforehand was like, this is a famous venue, I'm feeling kind of nervous. And I was like, just take a look around. And she was like, oh, yeah, these are all my friends, And so building community is really what we're trying to do this year in New York, extending activities, again, from Philly into New York, and I know Lavella's done a lot of national work with the Warrior Writers. This year we're going to be doing workshops, writing workshops over the summer. That's to generate content, and then starting end of August, beginning of September, we're going to start doing the programmed workshops, and that's going to be everything from editing to, we're just trying to follow the full arc of presentation. So you make the work, you edit the work, we've got to do performance workshops, and then we move into collaborative work. And the focus on collaborative work is to really explore dialogue on stage and sort of layering narratives, and we feel like that's going to bring out more of the truth in the story. There's one voice, and then there's the voice of a community. And when we can take the voice of a community and present that all at once, wrap it up, it can't be denied. You're not just going to, it's not a story anymore now, it's a reality. So we hope you guys will join us in creating that reality. There's flyers, in case you don't have time to sign up on the sign-up list. Take a flyer home, and you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and please stay in touch. We'd love to bring you into the fold. Oh yeah, can we get the performers on stage for a group photo, please?